You know, a lot of businesses are failing today. And today I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons why I think they're failing. The number one reason why I think a lot of businesses fail is because of family consensus. When you open up a business, you don't open up just for yourself, you open up for your family. And what I mean by that is that the family is going to be involved, not in your everyday decision making, but when you get home from work, when the wife or your significant other starts ranting to you about how late you come to work and how many dinners you miss and how many ball games you didn't take your child to, you know, that can affect you emotionally. And sometimes we have to take into consideration that the businesses that we're running, it's not only for ourselves, but it's also for the family. So if your significant other is not on board with you, coming home late, missing dinners, missing holidays, and missing many other family activities, business is not right for you. In so many words, you got to give some to get some. You know, these businesses that we're creating, this is our future. Our wives and our husbands can make our business or they can break our business. That's why a lot of billionaires, they say the most important decision you're going to make in your life is the person that you're going to marry. So choose wisely. So before you start a business, make sure if you have a significant other, have a conversation. Explain to him or her, hey, this is going to take a lot of time from our house. Are we okay with this? This is going to take a lot of money out of our house. Are you okay with this? I'm going to miss the holidays. I'm going to miss the dinners. I'm going to miss, the birthday parties and so on and so forth. We're not going to be able to go to that vacation that you dreamed of next year because I got to put that money back into my business. The second reason, in my opinion, why a lot of businesses fail is pivoting and adapting to the new environment. In the business world, there's a lot of changes constantly happening. With laws, regulations, technology. Technology is a big part of change, or just overall industry. I have a very dear friend to me. He owns multiple body shops. And since the insurance crisis has been going on in California, especially for auto insurance, a lot of people don't make claims anymore. They don't call for little fender benders and make a claim. Or even if there's a larger accident or there's a larger damage to their vehicle, they don't call to make a claim. They want to pay that out of pocket. And that is hurting his business. But you know what he did? He's pivoting. He's pivoting to a new way of making sure his business is constantly growing and staying consistent. He's going to these local dealers, local rental car companies, making contracts with them, which before he didn't need them. That wasn't the case because everybody was making all these claims. And with insurances, you know how it works. They pay out a lot of money. You call for a second estimate. You call for a third estimate. That $10,000 estimate, original estimate, turns into a $20,000, $30,000 estimate at the end of the day. But because insurance companies are declining a lot of cases, a lot of insured are not making any claims, he's pivoting to a different direction. He's going to the Mercedes-Benz dealer. He's going to the Lexus dealership. And he's telling them, hey, I want to be a certified auto body shop with you. And when he becomes a certified auto body shop with them, well, guess what? That specific dealership or many other dealerships across the board, they're going to send their vehicles to him. And that's how he's going to be able to survive. I'm going to tell you this and end with it. If you don't adapt to business, you go down the drain, you dig a hole for yourself, you're going to bury yourself. Nobody's going to bury you. If you become arrogant in business, you're done. When people start to have some or little bit of success, you know what happens to them? They think they're on top of Mount Everest, okay? And they climbed it just by themselves. They forget all the people that were there to assist them. They forget all the money that people lended them in the beginning to start their venture. And they get cocky, they get arrogant, and they think they're the shit because they made a few extra dollars. But you know what I want you to understand? And I want you to compare yourself with? That few $1 million that you make a year compared to some other CEOs who make 10, 20, 30, 100, $1 billion a year, you're compared to them, you're nothing. So please, don't be arrogant, don't be cocky, don't get comfortable just because you had 1 good year, you had 2 good years. Let me see if you have 20 good years. Let me see if you can retire off of that business because you're so humble. Let me see if you can retire off of that business because you helped others and you didn't forget about the people that helped you originally. Please, people, don't be arrogant just because you make a few extra dollars, just because you drive a nice car, and maybe, if you're lucky, you have a nice watch. Another one of my favorite reasons why a company fails is a lot of companies, they do not forge the correct partnerships. We have to understand one very important fact. We cannot operate by ourselves. We need partners. And when I mean partners, I don't mean business partners. I mean partners in the same industry. I'm going to bring you an example. Import-export business. A lot of companies who are in the import-export business succeed and flourish based on their partnerships. It's the supplier that's the most important for you. If you have a terrible partnership, that supplier is not going to give you an exclusive contract. That supplier is not going to give you that very first product that they came out with that is very famous, lovable, likable, sellable to you. They're going to go with somebody else if you have a terrible relationship with them. However, if you have a great relationship with them, you've been honest, you've been diligent, you've been moral, you paid your dues on time, you've paid your invoices on time, they're going to offer that product to you first. And that's how you're going to succeed. So it's not only about them, but it's also about you. You also have to be a good partner because it's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. Number 5, my favorite of all in the world, be truthful. You as a businessman, you're not only a businessman, you're a human being. You represent yourself. You represent your morality. You represent your business by your handshake. The way you interact and the more truthful you are with anybody doing business with, that's how your business is going to be rated. Do you guys remember Bernie Madoff? What was he selling? His business was Bernie Madoff. It wasn't private equity. His business, it was him. People invested money with Bernie, not because he had a fancy company name or a fancy office, but he messed it all up. In so many words, in so many words, just be honest, be truthful. Your business is represented by you. You are the front line. I'm going to close out with this. In order for your business not to fail, don't be cocky. Don't be arrogant. Don't let success, that little success that you have in a very little time, take you away and fly you all the way to the moon. And you think you're going to stay there. Somebody's going to outwork you. Somebody's going to outsmart you. So be humble, be cautious, talk to your wife, people, talk to your husband. Tell them, hey, whatever I'm doing, I'm not doing it only for myself. I'm doing it for us, for our children, and of course, for our future. If you want to venture out of this video, please like, subscribe, follow, like, share. Get us a gazillion followers on YouTube, please. Thank you, guys.